Welcome to Midday. We're visiting first with Julia Liebing. Welcome.
Thank you, Katie.
Here from Abbott Wealth. It's always a treat to have you on.
Thank you so much.
And I always learn a lot.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about retirement income. So just with the transitionary period of the last few years of earning income and then the first few years of taking income, kind of how that looks now.
Okay, so
And some
people who
tips.
have prepared and now come to that point and are wondering, how do I progress well through this stage now?
Exactly, yes. So retirement these days is actually a little bit different because lots of people are not actually fully retiring.
Yeah, and the same thing, I mean, when we were growing up, we'd see those Freedom 55 commercials all the time, and we always joke around here like, I don't see a lot of Freedom 55 happening in our society anymore.
Lots of people are working to like maybe 70 or retiring from their original profession and then going into a new career or working part-time.
Or coming back and picking up some shifts here and there. And keeping
contracting and things like that. So it's very different. So with the differences that we have now, it's important to plan for how that looks, income-wise, tax-wise, making sure that you're prepared.
Right, yeah, tax-wise, that's an interesting one too, because people might not think through, there's still ramifications for that.
Exactly, and lots of, if you're still working after you retire, your employer might not be taking off enough tax. So you need to plan for those things yourself.
Okay, so that they don't sneak up and surprise you.
Yes, exactly, and then you don't have that big tax bill in April. And then you can make sure that you're deducting tax off of your actual payments instead.
Okay, we have some slides that we're going to take a look at.
Yeah, so actually we can go straight to the next one.
Yeah, we covered that one.
Yes. So some factors to consider when transitioning to retirement is that taxable income. So considering all of those streams of income that you're getting once you retire or that transitionary period. Also before you retire, to determine which types of strategies you want to use that will benefit you the most during your retirement years. Okay. Also, the timing of funds is very important. Mapping that out with income that you'll be receiving, pensions and things like that.
So when you talk about timing of funds, you mean so that you have enough money to do what you'd like to throughout, that kind of timing?
Yes,
okay.
So having that lifestyle that you want in retirement, being able to fund that is very important too. So you're not blowing through your money very quickly or not
living too skimpily so that you're not able to do the things that you want to.
Exactly, yes. Another thing that's really important to consider is longevity. So if you have longevity within your family, it's something that you need to prepare for, maybe living till 100. So having the funds that will continue to pay you.
Yeah, not exhausting your resources too quickly.
Exactly. Yeah. So I have just a few questions here regarding RSPs. We've got some details on CPP and other non-taxable income streams as well, but lots of questions like, should I use an RSP? How do I know if it's right?
Who is an RSP right for?
Yes, exactly. So how RSPs work is that they're tax deferred savings vehicles. Okay. So when you're contributing to your RSP, you actually get that tax deduction and it reduces your income during your working years. And then you pay tax on it when you start taking the money out. Okay. So ideally you're in a higher tax bracket when you're putting the money in, so you're saving more on your tax. Right. When you take the money out, you're ideally in a lower tax bracket. Yes. So if you're one of those people who's earning a lot of money while you're working, and not
be one investing then.
Exactly. And so that gives it time to grow and whatnot as well, which is fantastic. But you really get that tax savings. So if you're making, say, $125,000 while you're working, in retirement, you're expecting to make about $35,000 a year. That's half the amount that you're going to pay in tax once you're actually taking that money out. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Moving along here.
Yes. So we've got, if you're earning the same, then the dollar value that you're actually paying in tax is the same in your retirement. If your pension is, say, $50,000, you're earning $75,000 while you're working, it might be better to go the route of tax-free savings or other strategies.
Right, and again, it's one of those things where you think, I don't know that. I need to go get that information from somebody who can explain that to me.
Yes, yeah, and that's why there's people who are experts in that, right?
Exactly. So, financial planning.
Consult an expert. So we have taking CPP. So you can take CPP generally at 65 is when you want to take it, but you can take it early at 60 or defer it till 70. Okay. So that affects the amount that you'll receive. So if you take it earlier, you'll get less each month.
Of course.
Yes, because the time value of money we want.
So if you can wait, it's not a bad idea?
It's dependent. So if you actually need that money now, then you want to take it at 60. So if it makes a difference in your day-to-day life, then you would want to take it earlier.
Circumstantial like anything else.
Exactly, yeah. And so if you take it early at 60, it takes 13 years for that to kind of break even versus waiting until 65.
Okay.
So it depends if you have longevity in your family too. So if you think for some reason you might not make it until age 73, then or not much past
go
further,
ahead. Yeah,
then it's a
or
good idea to take it.
You have enough savings that could float you through those later times, probably.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah, definitely. And then another question is, should I take CPP while still working? So that is always good to do because you're still accruing your CPP during those years that you're working and taking CPP. So it's a post-retirement benefit that once you fully retire after 70, then you'll stop making those CPP contributions, and that'll just help to increase your income down the road. And you can always direct that into a different type of account. So you can do RSP or TFSA, depending on what is better for you.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah. So there's some ways to create non-taxable income streams. So you can utilize the TFSA or a non-registered account. And like I said, with the taxable income, the tax-free savings account might be a better route. So you can not have those consequences.
Complicated things, and like we said, every circumstance is different.
Yes.
So the best thing we can do, take these tips and apply them how we can, but also visit Abbott Wealth Management, and they can help you out to plan out those specifics, the things that will work best for you.
Definitely.
Thanks for coming on, Julia. We always feel better educated and better prepared when you are.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Midday in just a moment.